Back to you guys.
Moving into the 120-pound DoDDS European Wrestling Championship, we've got Dante Thomas from Wiesbaden. He is in the blue singlet, and Isaac McVean from Patch High School. Again, another Patch wrestler in the championship.
You know, they've got a really, really great program down there. They've got a lot of kids that come out for the team and a really large coaching staff, and that may be a factor in why they are the returning European Team Championship this year.
McElveen ended the season at a 22-0 high, so he comes in to the DoDDS European Championships undefeated. Very difficult thing to do in wrestling.
It really is, but Thomas has only tasted defeat once in his season so far, coming in at 16-1. And looks like he was in deep there for a minute on shot. He's underneath right now. He's still got a hold of that leg, though, so he's trying to suck it up underneath of him and complete this takedown, but looks like McElveen making it really difficult for him to do right now.
He attempted a double leg at the beginning and then switched to a single leg. Now, because of losing the leg, McElveen is up 2-0, came back to the back portion of his body and regained control. Again, McElveen up 2-0, 55 seconds left in this 120 DoDDS European Wrestling Championship first period.
McElveen moving into a chicken wing, actually trying to get his arm out now. I think it looks like he's trying to pull it out, but he's using the leverage of his arm across his back to turn him right now and get his back exposed.
If McElveen's able to break to 90 degrees like he did there, they're going to start to count off back points. Attempted reversal right there. Didn't work out for Dante Thomas. And again, McElveen counting off back points. 4-0 right now, 25 seconds left in the first period.
That's a hard place to be, though, is on your back, especially with a chicken wing in, because you're kind of immobilized. So that's a really good scramble on the part of Dante Thomas to get off of his back and get back to a position where he can start working for a leg, possibly a reversal or an escape.
Isaac McElveen from Patch High School earned 2 back points right there for that scramble and that exchange, now leading the match 6-0, and we're just about ready to end the first period of the DoDDS European Wrestling Championship 120-pound matchup. Dante Thomas gets looked at first. He decides to defer the choice to Isaac McElveen of Patch High School, and Isaac McElveen chooses the bottom position. Like we were talking about earlier, a common occurrence because of the quote-unquote cheap escape point. You're able to explode, and you get one right off the bat.
You betcha.
Again, just like that, attempted to
brings
do a
him back
spin.
down, though.
Dante Thomas, a strong 120-pounder. He actually finished the season 16-1, like you said, so no slouch in the wrestling room. Isaac has an arm hooked into that leg, and what he's trying to do is continue the spin all the way around. Dante got a little too high on that one and is now holding on to that leg for dear life.
No escape point yet because the control of the match has not technically been transferred yet. Let's see if they give him one on this. Nope, looks
now
like
it seems like he was out of bounds before the transfer of control happened.
Bring
Again,
him back into the down
Isaac
position.
McElveen on the bottom position. Dante Thomas losing the match right now, 6-0. But a deficit he can come back in out of. 1 minute and 30 seconds left.
And this is, you know, I've seen this out of Thomas the entire tournament. He may not start strong, but he has made a lot of pins just in this tournament alone. And so he keeps it in his head that he doesn't matter how many points he's down, he's going to wrestle his hardest, and he's going to find that mistake, and he's going to capitalize on it. So we'll see what's going on. I'm excited to watch the last period and a half of this match. We got about a minute left in this second period. And again, McElveen up on top, 6-0 with a minute to go.
A good trip right there. Now, some people would be asking why Dante didn't get points for that. He actually hasn't lost control, so this takedown and stand-up, takedown, stand-up is just him regaining and keeping control, thus the no points awarded.
Going to come back on top again, and we'll see if McElveen can get out from underneath of this time.
Again, attempting a stand-up and switch, a standing switch, not effective for McElveen today. Dante Thomas doing a really good job of controlling. He's just in a bad position being down 6-0, not making any big moves like he needs to right now.
They bring him back to the center, start over again. McElveen in the down position with the red band on, and Thomas in the top position with the green ankle band on.
42 seconds left in the second period of this 120 DoDDS European Wrestling Championship.
Referee going to award 1 penalty point, I believe, to McElveen on bottom for Thomas having his hands locked. It is illegal with a downed opponent for you to lock your hands around their waist or otherwise anywhere. You cannot lock your hands on a downed opponent.
And a lock actually doesn't mean fingers intertwined. If your hands even touch briefly, that can count as a lock as well. So it may not have looked like he gripped onto his own hand. If they touch for a brief second, it counts as an illegal hold.
McElveen jumped the whistle there just a little bit. Going to call a caution. No points awarded, just a caution.
Again, I'm really impressed with Dante Thomas being able to control the matchup so well. He's just down 7-8 now, 8-0. It is a tough hole to get out of.
It really is. But like I said, this kid has no quit. I've watched him throughout the entire tournament and scores the takedown right there. Thomas scoring a takedown on the undefeated Isaac McElveen of Patch High School.
Now, how big of a win do you think this would be if Dante Thomas would come in here and beat Isaac McElveen, an undefeated wrestler?
You know, especially he's got a little bit of home field advantage being that we're in Wiesbaden for this tournament, and I foresee this gym getting really loud should Thomas pull out this win.
Again, we're going into the third and final period of the DoDDS European Wrestling Championships with a 120-pound weight class. McElveen from Patch up 9-2 on Dante Thomas.
Really quick shot there, but he was just a little bit low. Wasn't able to control that leg. They're going to call it potentially dangerous because of the angle at which his leg was twisted, and bring him back onto their feet again. Really quick shot. Got in really deep, just was a little low on the leg to actually control it for a takedown.
And anytime you see the referee reach back to their head like she just did right there, that means a potentially dangerous situation. They will immediately stop the match and reset the individuals in the correct position. They just don't want anybody to come out here and ruin potentially their leg, their elbow, their shoulder for something like this.
Yes, wrestling, it's a contact sport, and it's very, very physical, but at all times, safety is stressed, and the referees are going to take no chances. They're going to take control of the match, take control of the mat, and make sure that nobody gets severely injured on something like that, because the safety of the wrestlers is, as always, first on everybody's mind.
An attempted shot there by Thomas didn't work out. Isaac McElveen tried to capitalize and reached in for a leg. Now both gentlemen in a stalemate. And if Thomas isn't careful, if he gets a little too far underneath McElveen, he could end up pinning himself and causing a very big, hoopla over something like that.
They have awarded the takedown to McElveen, and they are counting off near fall points here because his back is exposed to the mat in a really bad spot here for Thomas. Looks like he's going to get stuck there. He's trying to turn out, grab a leg, get some leverage, somehow getting off of his back.
50 seconds left in this matchup. 11-2 right now until she awards the points right there. That's going to be 14-2 with McElveen on top.
Now, if you see the wrestlers tonight getting tired, what you might want to understand is that they have wrestled sometimes 6 and 7 matches in the last 2 days, coming up to this match. So they have put out a lot of strength and endurance in the last 2 days trying to get up into this point.
Dante Thomas is one of 2 wrestlers that Wiesbaden qualified for the final championship matches, the other one being William Higas at 220 pounds. And again, Isaac McElveen of Patch, one of the 7 wrestlers that Patch qualified for the championship match.
Also one of 4 wrestlers that came into the tournament undefeated this year. So really tough kid. Got the escape there. But looks like this one's going to end up 14-3. Isaac McElveen taking home the gold for Patch High School over Dante Thomas.
Again, I'm Air Force Sergeant Tyler Alexander, and with me is Army Sergeant Lucas Hoskins. You're watching the DoDDS European High School Wrestling Championships for 2012. Coming up in just a moment, we'll head down to the floor and talk with our winner.